And ways that you can talk to your people more and connect with them more are a few different ways. You have like newsletters. You have potentially a Discord. You could do in real life meetups, something that we want to do. We were chatting about this off the pod last week and we didn't say it, but we might want to do like a beach day in the summer / maybe we go for a little run in the morning and then go head over to the beach, plunge into the water, play some spike ball, just anything that we can do to be with people more in real life settings, especially out here. I think that's just a fun, easy way to connect with more people. And the other ones that people use, they'll use like a text message chain. I don't personally don't like the text message things. I don't know what your thoughts are on them. I just see people doing them.
The only text message chain that I signed up for was Gary V's, and I unsubscribed quickly.
It's just the same.
Eat shit. I'm like, Gary, it's fucking 8:30 in the morning. I just woke up. Like, let me have my coffee first. God damn, bro.
That's funny. I think the Discord's a fun one because then people can chat.
Yeah.
I think newsletters are really cool because you can provide value in like a minute of time. You can even have with your closest fans, you could have DM group chats on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like up to, I think, 20 people you can add in a chat like that.
I just think that the takeaway from this point is you want to build direct relationships. We're all dealing with algorithms that we don't really know how we work or what content is prioritized, right? So even if you have a certain amount of followers, the chances of everybody seeing it's just not going to happen. A small percentage of your followers might see it. But if you can build direct relationships, where you're not fighting against an algorithm in the DMs, Discord, wherever it may be, like you're direct to consumer, you can hit them directly, they're going to see it. Focus on those relationships because that's where you're able to build a deeper connection with your followers.
Yeah, and our next one is just to use multiple platforms. You don't have to just be on YouTube or just on Instagram. I think we saw this the biggest takeaway from this point is when they said TikTok was going to be banned.
Yeah.
Whether it is or isn't, whatever happens, right? But the thought of the people with millions or where maybe a few 100,000 or whatever, where their businesses are all solely relying on TikTok Shop or TikTok as a whole, you don't want to be sitting there with your basket and say, whoa, they just took the app away. Like I'm just stuck here. You want to have a diversified group where if you're posting good content on Instagram and it's or on TikTok and it's vertical, go post it on Shorts, go post it on Instagram, other places that people can see your work and find, your story out about what you're doing. And like we were saying earlier, transition people to another place for the supporters that are really rocking with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Have that Discord, have the newsletter, have another way for they can talk to you or like another platform of where people can congregate in case something were to happen where Congress takes away TikTok and then you're sitting there like a fish out of water because you didn't, diversify the platforms that you were using and engaging on.
Yeah. I will say it can feel overwhelming at times to be like, I got to post on all these platforms. And we've even talked about wanting to create a newsletter. And it's something that I would love to do because I think that it would be great to have something go out to your guys' emails, tell you guys about like the week's pod, what it's about, a little bit of information on what we talked about or the guest that we had, and maybe tell you guys a little bit more about what we have going on. But it can feel overwhelming. Like, a newsletter by itself might not seem like the craziest thing in the world because you're just typing up an email. But like the thought of adding that on top of like everything that we're already doing with the podcast and everything else that we have going on, it can feel kind of like a lot. But you want to try to work smarter and not harder. So I think the best way to do that is a perfect example is like, okay, we have the long form podcast. It's easy to break that into clips, and it's like the short form content is already built in to the long form content that you're building. And like, if you can reduce friction as much as possible, that allows you to create content easier and for multiple platforms and to diversify yourself.